Oh, right, yeah. Another terror attack in England. And no details have been given, so everybody in the UK already knows who it is then. On Jews. Couldn't think for the life of me who it would be. Um, but yeah, let's see what this is saying.
We've now had the opportunity to review it. We're going to play it for you now with sound, the moments leading up to the suspect being shot.
Who killed him? No, they were them.
Everybody else, get back! If you're not involved, move back! Get away! Somebody stay with integrity! Everybody else, he has a bomb! Go away!
He's got a bomb on him! Got a bomb. Mate, he's got a man, he's got a bomb on him! Mate, he stabbed him. No, he's got a bomb! Get out of here! Mate, if he detonates, mate, I'm just jumping out of this in a minute. He's gonna blow himself up. He's trying to press the button. Come on!
That was the moment the suspect was shot by police. Our home editor, Jason Farrell, is here with us. And Jason, look, for the past hour or so, you've been describing what happened in that video in terms of the audio. We now hear it for ourselves.
Yeah, that's the first time we've played that with audio. And you can see there, actually, it does seem as if it is the police officer who says he's got a bomb, and then the person videoing it responds to that with surprise. The officer is clearly trying to tell people to clear the area. He doesn't know what might happen next. And then you see the person see a blob on the ground, which we blurred out, which is unfortunately a very horrific injury.
Really severely injured.
That person on the ground, he seems to be saying that person's been stabbed. We then see the camera pan back round, and the person on the ground, the suspect, starts to get back up.
He's just telling us what we just saw. But yeah, on Jews, can't imagine who that is. And the fact that they haven't given details, again, it just says we know exactly who it was. Someone's bloody only gone and misinterpreted that book of peace again, I reckon. Don't know 100% sure, but I can't think of anybody else in this world that likes to strap bombs on themselves and go and stab Jews. I mean, there is some right-wing people that don't like Jews, I guess, but the whole strapping a bomb to yourself isn't really their MO. Yeah. But well, look what our country's like fallen to this, basically. Like, now we don't know 100% if it's Islam because they haven't released the details. But I'm going to say it's Islam. Just for the fact that the news aren't. That pretty much tells me that it definitely is. But we had a story the other day that some bloke burned a Quran. Muslim fella got out, tried stabbing him. The judge let him off for it. Fine. If you insult the Quran in England or in the UK, you can be killed for it, and the judge is probably going to let him go free for it because who knows? Who knows? But yeah, a terror attack in and in Manchester again as well. That's where it was. Let's see how quick they come out and do the whole "don't look back in anger." That was the story behind the last one. Always, it's always the same thing. Don't look back in anger. Don't. Yeah. Um. Well, like I say, you can't blame Islam, but I'm blaming Islam. I bet you any money. Like I say, there's too many things to check out. Suicide bomber. The police not giving any details. The police have also said, I read, that they'd been following these people for ages. Arrested a couple of other people today as well. Um, so the police have been well aware of who this is, like what they're up to, and done nothing about it. And that's the thing as well. People don't realize. People think Islam is like a victim religion, like they're victimized. They're not. if you look at like like they tried to conquer Europe before, and they nearly did. They conquered all the way down to France, basically, a bit like what the Germans did. But they did. They conquered all the way down, and yeah, this time they're trying to invade by pretending to be friends because attacking outright. Well, it did nearly work. Spain was once Islamic. People don't know about that. That's another thing that history never tells. No one ever speaks of. Everyone, Islam is a thing of peace, but no one talks about the fact that, yeah, they conquered Europe and literally had to be pushed back. They conquered the Middle East when the majority of Jerusalem at one point was Jewish, and it's not now. Everyone thinks that, oh, poor Muslims, but nah. And I saw someone actually say, a Muslim say, an ex-Muslim, actually an ex-Muslim terrorist, basically, an extremist terrorist, say that has found Christ now. Um, but yeah, it's like it is just built into that religion. But yeah, what's the saying? If you invite the third world, you get the third world. Now the thing is as well, the person could well because people getting radicalized, like English people. A lot of English people went and fought for ISIS when it happened. Like, and I saw another Muslim as well, a Muslim who's actually from the Middle East and from where Muslims are the dominant ideology. It said like there's way more jihadi extremist preachers in the UK than anywhere in the Middle East. He said because he's like there is the Muslims that like they do believe it's a peaceful thing, and you won't convince them like and also they're aware that that religion can go that way, it, if not kept check. So like in Muslim countries, they know to keep these like anytime anything gets. It's a bit like again what the right wing do with fascism. Like they're very quick to cut someone off who goes slightly too near to that thing. Islam is kind of the same, but in the UK, we don't want to upset them, and we don't want to say, "Oh no, you can't preach death to the West and death to Christians and death to Jews." That's the thing. I've seen Muslims quote things where they these passages that say that they should be friends with Christians and Jews. I think Christians is a different one. Right? In the Quran, I'm sure Christians are told to be tolerated, that they are seen as brothers, kind of, but you still get killed for being a Christian in a Muslim country. Like if, yeah, but Jew is complete no to the Muslim, right? Yeah, they are the enemies, but there's and people quote passages of the Quran where it says they're not, but then there's passages that say they are. One that says don't befriend Christian or Jews. Uh, they're not. Like basically they follow false. I think anybody as well that accepts Christ is God, you'll get killed for that. That's like super. And anyway, Christianity in itself is blasphemous to the Muslims because the Muslims see the Trinity as polytheism, not understanding that the Trinity is all one thing. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is all one thing. But that's blasphemous to a Muslim because they believe that there's one God, Allah. That's it. But the Christians believe there's one God. But yeah, the Trinity, the Holy Trinity. But again, not being saying it could be crazy right wing. There is without doubt a right wing far right. I don't like saying far right, but because everyone uses that, but I would say they're far right. That hate Jews. Like I get them in my comments. Like people hate Israel, hate Jews, and that's real. That's real, not just in Islam. That's real in the right. I mean, obviously it's true in the left. They hate the Jews at the minute, but without a doubt, there's that building animosity in the right. So it could be a crazed right wing, but the whole him having a bomb, and like I say, the whole police not giving the details tells me that, because if it was a white person or like a far right person or something, their name would be front and center. So it just makes me think, I could be wrong, but it makes me think that, yeah, it's one of them bloody peaceful Muslims again, being peaceful. They can't help themselves but be peaceful. But yeah, God help England. But yeah, that's the reaction, sweet.